Does Jesus want to be the Lord of your life? Kinda, but maybe not in the way that we so often think. In John chapter 6, you have the feeding of the 5,000. And at the very end of the text, verses 14 and 15 say this. When the people saw the sign that he had done, the feeding, they said, "This truly is the prophet who has come into the world." A good realization, an understanding that this is the Messiah. But verse 15 says, "Therefore, when Jesus realized that they were about to come and take him by force to make him king, he withdrew again to the mountainside by himself." It's such an interesting phrase. Jesus, now able to see what the people are thinking, what they're going to do, can recognize they now want to come and by force make him their king. And so it makes total sense. I mean, Jesus was a king. He's in search of kingdom. These are people that should be his subjects. It seems like this is a match made in heaven. And yet Jesus, knowing what's about to happen, withdraws. He doesn't even allow them to make the offer for him to become their king. Why not? Is it possible that Jesus really doesn't want to rule over our little worlds? That actually he has come for a much higher purpose, a much greater purpose. You see, basically what the people had is they had this kingdom. They had their lives all fit together, and they thought, if we can now make Jesus the ruler, the Lord over all of this, he will fit in perfectly to what we have created, and now he will take care of us. He will work these miracles. He will be the perfect leader to lead our organization. And Jesus looks at that and goes, I want none of that. Instead, he has a much larger kingdom. He has a much bigger vision. And the bad news for us today is simply this. Jesus does not want to just be the Lord over our little lives. But the good news is this. He has invited us to become servants in his kingdom. He will reject the lordship over our little kingdoms, our little things, all the things that we have pieced together and placed together. Now, we're just looking for a figurehead over those things. Jesus will reject that. Our kingdoms are too small for him. But he will happily invite you and I and accept you and I to now be servants in his kingdom. But notice what that demands. That demands that we give up all these little things in order to accept something that is much larger, that is something that is much bigger. Does Jesus want to be the Lord over your life? Well, kind of. He kind of does. But you know what's far more important than just making him the ruler over what you've created? It's to surrender all of that, sacrifice yourself, and now with joy, enter into being a servant in the midst of his kingdom. That is an invitation he will never turn down.
Hey, thanks for watching that refuel. We would love you to subscribe below. Hit the subscribe button for this YouTube channel, because this Bayside YouTube channel is where we send out all of our video content so you can get all of it. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching.